How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I wanted to talk about the familiar class, more specifically the fairy familiar, and why I think it has value and think it is useful through the majority of the game and even late game, in-game content. I, never really used it much, kind of thought it was a little meh, but having used it lately and kind of given it a chance, like a lot of units in the game, I found it to be pretty useful, and I kind of want to just go over it and explain what I think makes it good and ways you can make it work. Now, do keep in mind there's the Pumpkinhead and the Gremlin familiars, and they are good. They are very good. I've heard nothing but good things, but I don't have them. I never really ran into them to recruit them at all in most of the game, and the times they were there, I didn't have the means to recruit them, and I was too lazy. I'm very lazy with recruitment. I think recruiting is very tedious. So, the Fairy Familiar. Well, it has good things and bad things like every unit. Its worst thing it has is its lack of HP, and it's pretty squishy and weak. So you need to protect it, or at least keep it out of danger, or have a way to heal it and get it out of danger, because it can be taken out fairly quickly. As you can see, it's level 45 and only has a little over 1100 hit points, which is pretty low compared to most units. Now, what makes it good, or what makes it fun? Well, we have, a single target magic spell. We have an Instill that match our element. Heal because I can, and Boon of Swiftness because why not? I don't really use a boon. It's kind of just there, I mean, if I want to use it, I use it, but I'm not like that big of a booner anymore. I'm not a big booner, but I'll use it if I have to. Heal's just nice to have, and I mean, there's not really much other choices to throw in here, so this is why I have what I have. Now, the real power of the familiar isn't from those skills or those spells. I mean, they're nice to have, but I'm not really using these all too much. What I'm using is this stuff. So we have Virtuous Dance, which is a multi-target charm. Now, those of you that love to debuff, and I'm sure there's a lot of you that actually love charm, this is one of the best ways to inflict charm. I find it to be very effective. You can get multiple units that are clustered together. You have the range and area. It's a 1 range and area 3. So, you gotta get the fairy kind of in a dangerous location, but hey, it can be worth it. And Lingering Kiss, this is the most unique skill that the fairy has, and this is what I think makes it pretty darn good overall. So, it's a single target. It splits the caster's HP with the target. So, my fairy has 1152. It's gonna cut that in half. So it's gonna, heal them and reduce their RT to 0, allowing them to act immediately. So basically, you can heal with the fairy, and based on their maximum HP, it's a pretty decent amount that I've seen. I mean, a little over 500, almost a 600 heal on a single target is pretty nice. And then giving them a 0 RT is also very nice. This is very useful for slower units. Say you had a fairy kind of right behind a Terror Knight, she did a charm and there's a Terror Knight there, and he just went and he took a little bit of damage. You can heal him and then give him his turn again, which is pretty powerful, I feel. Giving a unit another turn that quickly, allows them to act immediately. So, it's fairly useful. I think it's one of the strongest things. And there is like Selfless Kiss that removes Stun, Silence, and Petrify, and there's the single target charm. But I think those work the best. I'm not really a fan of Pumpkin Lure. But if you use the fairy kind of as a little bit of a healer and like a debuffer that runs around, I mean, there's not really too many classes that can heal and debuff. I mean, I know the fairy's not going to heal all the time or be an amazing healer, but it has a couple options that other classes don't have. And it can be a pretty decent caster too, I guess, for single target magic. But I mean, come on, single target kind of falls off, so I don't really attack much with the fairy. More of a support unit with a little bit of healing, and mostly going around just charming everything. I mean, just go around charm and Virtuous Dance to, Lingering Kiss to heal people, reduce their RT. Boon of Swiftness helps reduce RT, and then you can heal the fairy back up with Heal 3 to get its HP back. But, it's not an amazing, like, oh my gosh, you have to use the fairy. It is just this best class. Like, if you're not using it, you're crazy. But it is a fun little class that I think can work in certain team comps. And I think you can build comps around it very well and utilize it to its strengths. I would probably say the Gremlin and Pumpkinhead are better than the Fairy as far as familiars go, but I haven't personally used them, so I just have to go with what people say. I'm going to try to get them. I just got to find out where they're at, where the Gremlins and Pumpkinheads spawn, and try to recruit them. But I'm curious what you guys think. How do you feel? Do you use familiars at all? Do you even like the Fairy familiar? I mean, do you prefer the other two? It seems a lot of people prefer the Pumpkinhead more than anything. But I'd be curious what you guys have to say about the Fairy, how you feel. Do you even use it? Do you even think it's worth it? As always, I love the discussions, love to talk to you guys about stuff. You know, I try to read and respond to every comment. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. So until then, you guys have a good one, and I will see you later. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.